All right, in the e-commerce world, everybody's talking about how retail is dying. So I figured I'd go straight to the source, and let's see that from the other perspective. So I'm here with Dan Jasper, Vice President of Communications from Mall of America, the largest mall in the United States. If it's happening in retail, it's happening right here. So Dan, we wanted to talk about kind of this myth that retail is dying. How have you seen retail evolve over the last, well, you've been here 15 years now?
Yes.
So over the last 15 years, how has retail evolved here at Mall of America?
You know, and that's the key word, is evolve. And for the sharp malls, the people that are forward thinking, that are willing to invest in technologies and new experiences, the sky is the limit. And that's really the case here at Mall of America. I've worked here 15 years. I've been here since the day it opened in 1992, and I have seen this place transform. And what it is, it's key to understanding the experience, what consumers want, and how the times change every single year, right? And being willing to invest in those experiences. A few good examples are here at Mall of America. First of all, we're huge, right? We have 40 million annual guests.
Enormous.
It is enormous. 40 million, right? What does that mean? That's more than the combined populations of North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Montana, Wyoming, and the entire nation of Canada come in this building every year. You got to be forward thinking, you got to be thinking ahead of the time to be successful in this environment. You think of some of the e-commerce brands, why are they successful? People like the idea of the convenience of it, of all of the options that are given to them. We've actually had a number of e-commerce brands that have started bricks and mortar locations here at Mall of America. They understand that we have a great cross-section of consumers from around the world, quite honestly, so this is a great place for them to come and try. Peloton, Jasper, Indochino, a number of places, Untuckit, have come and been very successful at Mall of America. And we've done other unique elements, like last year during the holiday season, we opened GH Lab. It was a pop-up for the holidays. It was a collaboration between Mall of America, Good Housekeeping, hence the GH, and Amazon Prime. So we had this inline space that was just very awesome. It had all the top products from Good Housekeeping, all the consumer select choices, but you couldn't actually buy the items in the store. You had to go and you could test them out and see them and feel them. And then with your Prime membership, you snap the QR code, it was purchased to your Prime account, delivered to your home the next day. A way to bridge the gap between e-commerce and bricks and mortar in a smart way.
Now, are you starting to see a lot more of that? That's what you mentioned is what we call the showroom model.
Yes.
You know, historically, retail was about convenience and having it locally and going into some big store and picking up whatever it is you're looking for. And if you didn't have it in stock, that's a bad thing. And more we're seeing kind of like the Apple Store model, where people come in to experience the products, but they're not necessarily buying them there at that store. They may go buy them online, or like you mentioned, they may buy them and it be shipped to their house. Are you seeing more and more of that, and do you think that's going to be a continued trend in the future?
It actually will be a trend as we move into the future. And it's been fun to be part of Mall of America and be part of that forward-thinking trend. We have a number of projects in the works right now that are going to actually advance on that area of thinking, so that you not only have the e-commerce experience, but then how do you also be successful in a mall setting? Because we need both, right? And part of what makes the traditional brick and mortar experience very successful is that you get to come and you get to feel the texture, and you get to look and see how does it fit on your body. So we're working with a couple of partners right now, and we hope to announce it very shortly, where we'll use virtual reality and other technologies so you can come in that showroom setting and actually see virtually how are things fitting on you, and then also touch the fabric, and perhaps have it delivered to your home that day if you want. So yeah, we're going to continue to invest in those partnerships and those technologies, because that will help us stay successful.
You mentioned 40 million people come through this mall. I can't wrap my head around how many people that is, but you know, what is your secret to success? How does the Mall of America continue to stay relevant in, you know, purchasing and product buying and drawing people here, and what marketing tactics are you using to continue to improve what you do?
It's really critical, right? So 40 million people, you don't want to disappoint those guests. You want them to continue to come back year after year, month after month. Of that 40 million, about half of them roughly are tourists, meaning they've never been here before, and we want them to come back for that repeat visit. this weekend's a great one. We're hosting events for the Final Four related weekend. So we want the guests from all over the nation to come back to Mall of America again. So it's important. When the mall first opened in 1992, it was thinking in these terms even back then, right? So this building, this huge building in Minnesota, where it's freezing cold in the winter, is not heated. We created an experience that was green before its time as a way to A, save energy, but B, entice guests to come back as well, right? And there's a number of elements that are behind that story that are awesome. But I think the key thing for us and what's made us successful over the years is we have an ownership group that invests in this property. One of the issues you see when you go around to traditional regional malls or even smaller malls around this nation is that they're wore out, they're tired, they've seen their better days, right, in years past. You have to continue to invest in that. If that's putting in new flooring, new lighting, the key element is new technologies. Making sure you have that technological infrastructure that benefits all of your guests. That's what has helped us since we began this project. We have everything from a wonderful parking system called Park Assist in our 2 ramps. Our ramps have 15,000 spaces in them. So we have a technology, a computer-based technology that helps it easy. Our consumers get in fast, find an open space, get out fast, right? What's the number one complaint during the holidays and summertime? Finding a parking place at a shopping mall. We're making that easy. We have an app-based parking service, a valet service, right? So it's you text in for your car, no matter where you parked at the mall in valet, we'll bring your car to you. So if you're carrying packages, you don't have to haul them back to your car, right? We'll come bring your car to you. So it's that convenience factor using technology. And the same thing from our marketing perspective, right? So we're using technologies all the time. This past holiday season, we did a special VR pop-up that helped with sort of a chat bot option to it as well. So it helped guests find the perfect gift, whether that was for grandma or for the 5-year-old grandson or for your spouse, but did it in a fun way that you could also send a selfie to your social media platforms of you dancing with an elf, right? So there's these fun options that we use. It's incorporating technology, but the key thing is investing in the property and investing in the people, and that's what the mall's done really well.
We've mentioned technology several times. You mentioned how Peloton, I saw a Jasper store popping up downstairs. You know, people who started in the digital space. They built out a technology platform. You know, they've got e-commerce figured out, are now starting to invest in experiences here in the mall. You know, the mall itself investing in technology. So is that, you know, obviously technology plays not just in e-commerce, but in retail as well.
Yep.
And is that what you see as the future of retail here at Mall of America? Is that continued investment in technology and more companies that start off online moving into the physical retail space?
That's absolutely how we see the future. We see those online spaces, those online brands wanting to exist in the brick and mortar world as well. And we're going to work with the premier ones out of that subset and bring them here to Mall of America because we want the really cool experiences, the really unique brands to come to Mall of America. You know, another good example of this, not of a brand, but of a technology that we've adopted that enhances that digital experience for our guests is our digital directories. We launched a set of digital directories. We have 150 of them throughout the mall. They essentially look like giant iPads, right? And they have transformed the directories within the retail space. So, and they connect directly to your phone as well, right? So you go and you want to find a brand, you want to find a store, you want to find a type of apparel. You look on this giant iPad-looking system, it's easily found, we'll send it to your phone. By the way, when you locate the brand or the store within our building that you want to find, we'll tell you exactly how many steps and how many seconds it will take to get there. If you're using a wheelchair or a stroller, we'll tell you where the nearest elevator is. We'll send those directions to your phone for you to make it easy. And we'll connect you with we have a digital concierge team here at Mall of America. We'll connect you with them so they'll have this online conversation with you during your entire visit to make the experience better and easier for you. We have 40 million annual guests. Well, they come from all over the world. Our directories have 9 different languages in them, the most popular languages. So for those who may not read English, it's still going to make it easy for them. They can go ahead, look for the information, we'll send it to them in their tongue.
We're in the e-commerce space, so everybody talks about digital experiences. I was at Adobe Summit last week, and the whole conference was about building better digital experiences. But retail, it's the same thing, right? It's all about that customer experience. Can you maybe give us some examples of what you're seeing as far as brands starting to improve their experience in retail?
Absolutely. We have more than 520 brands or stores located at Mall of America, 60 places to eat, dozens of attractions. And within those stores, those retail brands, there's often many brands within them, right? So we're working with all of them. We actually do regular meetings with our tenants focused around customer service. How do we enhance that experience? We have some cutting edge brands that are doing awesome things. But as a mall itself, we understand that creating the experience here at the mall is critical to bringing those guests into our building. Some fun things we do is we host more than 400 events every single year. Just this weekend, it ended yesterday, we did a 3-on-3 tournament to coincide with the Final Four. It was a wonderful draw. Right now we have an e-gaming sports lounge for those folks in town for the Final Four, so they can really have that experience as well. So it's creating the experiences on mall that are always free and open to the public as a way to drive the people into this building so that then they can go into the stores and experience the unique experiences within individual brands, within individual stores. And so many of our retailers are doing a great job with the experience. We all understand that's what the consumer wants, that's what the consumer demands, and we need to meet those demands.
So you mentioned to me on our walk over here that Mall of America is currently 5.6 million square feet. And you guys have plans to move to 10 million square feet over the next 10 years?
Yes.
Like that seems crazy when malls all over the country are withering away and dying. So
Yeah.
How do you plan to push and almost double this thing in size?
The key is the right formula, putting together the right mix of retail, attractions, dining. Right, so currently our building at 5.6 million square feet is about 30% attractions or experiences, 70% retail. As we expand, that will shift to become more 50-50, 55-45 experience attractions. So as we continue to grow, we know that we want to bring those unique elements that people can't find elsewhere. For instance, our next big project that's coming along is going to be a 350,000 square foot world-class water park attraction, unlike anything you've seen any place in the world. So by continuing to add those attractions along with unique retail, and part of that element of the retail is going to be that online digital space, bringing it to life here at Mall of America. We'll really focus on that category. So by enhancing that mix of attraction, experience, retail, dining, we'll continue to be able to grow.
Fantastic. Dan, I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Guys, retail is far from dying. Retail is evolving. It's suffering from the same problems that we're suffering from in an e-commerce space. It's just all about building experiences that draw people in and then separate them from their money. So I think Mall of America is doing a really good job. I wish I had left my credit cards back in the room. I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Real bad.